Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
All right. That appears
That appears to be working.
And some
And
nice stuff
some
is
nice
popping.
stuff is popping.
Cool.
Cool. Okay, starting in about 2 minutes. All of this is going to be recorded already, but we'll see how it goes. Let's see what happens with this here. All right. And should be able to see the pumpkin and everything there.
All right.
It's 2 o'clock. Anybody that wants to join me as we go, we can do that. It's all going to be recorded. But I'm just going to show my little setup before we get started. So the original video was to ferment inside of a pumpkin. So I've got all of my stuff set up, and they coated the pumpkin in wax. And I didn't have whatever wax they were using, but I have a ton of bottle wax that I'm never going to use. So I mixed the green and the purple, and it looks absolutely terrible. But I don't expect this to go well anyway. I had this purple bottle wax, and then this green bottle wax. But I'm going to go ahead and hop in the car and go to Walmart to pick up a pumpkin and some sugar and probably some extract, some root beer extract. It's for something else, not for this, but still. So originally, when I planned this out, I said I was going to go to Kroger. And I still am planning on going to Kroger because I actually have a grocery pickup today, but I don't think I'm going to be able to find my root beer extract at Kroger. So so I figured I'd go ahead and go to Walmart and pick up the pumpkin while I'm there. So I don't know how well the picture and stuff's going to come through, and I'm in my car, but I'm just going to put it up on the dash so that I'm, hands-free and stuff. It's probably going to be picture and audio and all that, but just have to bear with me. This stuff is not planned out super well. I'm just kind of going with her at the moment. Yeah, Walmart's not a very far drive though, so hopefully it isn't gonna take too long. I think the thing I'm worried the most. Um, and then put the lid on it and put it in my spare bedroom so that in case it does blow up, it'll be contained. I honestly, I do not think this recipe is a good idea at all. I just think it'll be funny to do. I'm assuming my audio is coming through, otherwise somebody would have let me know. But whoop, stop sign. I see I got 2 people tuning in right now. This is dumb. The dumb thing I'm about to do. And hopefully it doesn't take too long too, because I don't know how long it actually takes that wax to dry. And hopefully I can also, get it off of that ladle that I have it on too, because I actually use that ladle for stuff. But I don't imagine it'll be too hard to get it off with just some heat or whatever. Got like maybe 2 more minutes before I make it over to Walmart. And then I've got to go over to Kroger and pick up my groceries. And something I completely forgot about is that I have plenty of space for the pumpkin and stuff, but my grocery order at Kroger, I forgot to take the sousaphone out of the back of my car. So that's going to be fun. And right now I'm just waiting on the traffic to clear out from the stop sign. But I hope they have some relatively small pumpkins. I'm not looking to do a huge batch of this. And I decided I am going with sugar and not honey just because I don't want to spend a whole lot of money and waste it on something like this, because I don't expect this is going to turn out good. I expect I'm going to end up throwing this away at some point. But, there are worse ways for a pumpkin to meet its end, I guess. By November 1st, they're all going to be rotten anyway. I'll have to put out some sort of update once this thing's done. But as far as I saw in the video, you don't add any yeast or water or anything. So I have absolutely no idea how this is going to go, other than probably not well. I've got maybe one more turn before I get to Walmart. I'll be in the parking lot. I think people are going to think I'm crazy, walking around talking. I assume they'll think I'm talking on the phone, but I doubt anybody is assuming that I'm, streaming me going into Walmart to buy a pumpkin.
I'm just going to say for the record that no matter how this goes, it probably can't be worse than 3 Points East mead.
Yeah, you're probably right. But, I'm literally just putting as much sugar fits inside of a pumpkin and tying it up with string and throwing it in a bucket. So I don't expect it to turn out good. This whole thing's a really bad idea. The only reason I'm doing it is I'm curious how much I'm I'm only doing it because I'm curious about the math that goes into it. I'm curious how much liquid we're actually pulling out of the pumpkin. Because I mean, if you've seen the TikTok, and I'll probably link to it or whatever, but it's you literally fill the entire inside of the pumpkin all the way up to the brim with sugar, and I can't imagine that the pumpkin's releasing enough water to make that a stable gravity. But during this, I'm gonna weigh the pumpkin. I'm gonna weigh the amount of sugar I put in it, and throw some math at it. All right, I have arrived at Walmart. Time to buy a pumpkin. I don't even know how. Um, I don't even know what they're gonna have in terms of like variety or anything. I don't ever buy pumpkins for really any reason. I haven't done the jack o' lantern thing in years, and not buying them to make pies or anything either. So I guess
Last time I did jack-o'-lantern thing, I got yelled at by neighbors for being unsafe and using a candle.
Oh, well, that's stupid. There's a guy over here with a really nice looking scooter. Looks like it's one of those ones that you buy off of Amazon. Do I need a buggy? Well, I guess it doesn't matter if I need one because there's none in here. Okay. I also like to clarify I don't know where the pumpkins are, so I'm just going to kind of look around until I see them. But that didn't take long. All right. I need to make my first decision here. Am I going to go with the white pumpkin or one of the regular like orange ones? And oh, they have these. This would be great. These are like the perfect size, and they're pie pumpkins. Or I could go with one of these white ones. Find one of the smaller ones there. But they've also got this that is called a candy corn pumpkin, apparently. And then they got these really weird ones. We got that knobby one right there. No, I think I'm probably just going to go with one of the pie pumpkins. They're a good size. It's not going to cost me an arm and a leg to fill them with sugar. What do we think? Does this look like the one? Yeah. Let's go with that. Now I need sugar and root beer extract. And I'm not super familiar with the layout of Walmart either, but here's sugar. But I don't need a 10-pound bag though.
Are you broadcasting video that I can't see right now?
No.
Okay.
It's just my face at the moment. Would y'all rather see the aisles?
No, descriptive audio is fine.
Oh. Look, I planned none of this. I didn't even want to stream this. I was just going to go buy a pumpkin and then take pictures or whatever, but they were like, no, you should stream it. And I was like, well, how do I do that? And then it was like 24-hour wait. And then come to find out you can only stream on desktop unless you have 1,000 followers or 1,000 subscribers. And
how could you let this down, Larry?
Look, man, I didn't even want to do this to begin with. Now I gotta find the root beer extract for that hydromel that I'm doing.
As a subscriber to the Quantum Collective, I gotta say, A, I appreciate the content. B, I'm very sad right now.
Oh, that it's not actually live on YouTube.
That YouTube has failed you.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're not really catering to, channels with 98 subscribers, which was more than I thought it was. But I looked at it the couple times the past couple of weeks. But now I think it's on this aisle. The problem is there's also a lot of people on this aisle. I'm gonna go back to my face so I'm not just recording random people. Let's see. I see vanilla. Oh, I'm gonna be real disappointed if they don't have any right now. Oh, I'm sorry. That's more vanilla? Well, looks like I'm gonna look it up in the app. Let's see. Root beer. Did it lose video when I went over to the app? A17, and I am on A17. So I'm on the right aisle, but I sure don't see it. All right. There's a lot of people here today. Like, orange. Okay, probably the biggest. I'm not even finding the Oh, there's the thing. Yeah, they're out. Oh well. Yeah, was right here, but it does not appear to be anymore. That's a shame. I'll have to get it some other time. Guess that hydromel can probably sit for a couple more weeks. So you can probably buy it online or whatever. All right, so pumpkin and sugar. Trying to see if there's any new Doritos flavors. Oh, I should check out the chip aisle and make sure they don't have those all dressed too. Where is the chip aisle? Is this entertaining content? Me walking around Walmart searching for things? I I have no idea. Ooh, watch out. No, don't see any. Don't see any of the all dressed chips over here either. All right, sugar and a pumpkin it is then. It's gonna be really entertaining here in a minute when I'm just sitting in my car waiting on my Kroger order. But not gonna edit a bit of this either before I put it up on YouTube. I wonder if Matt can tell what quote that is from my profile picture on the second account. Worth the investigation right there. All right, I need a snack. Coca-Cola and something. Why not? Feels like the perfect thing for this excursion. I don't know why, it just does. Busy, 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 busy. Sunday afternoon coming to Walmart's not my favorite time. And I probably sound like a crazy person coming over here too, talking. But it is what it is. Especially because I'm doing it through these bone conduction headphones, so it doesn't even look like I have headphones in. Let's see. No empty yet. And I'm just sitting there holding this stuff. I couldn't find the buggy. Put in the comments of this video what you call shopping carts where you're from. I think that'll be entertaining. Be interesting to me at least. Hope we bought enough sugar. Pumpkin was $2.68. Not too bad. I think the ones at Kroger were $6, and I doubt they had an option of I doubt they had the option of, the small pie pumpkins too. So, well, my card's being a jerk right now. Let's see if swiping works. I love technology when it decides to work, but it sure is annoying. Somebody left their receipt. Print receipts. But technically, I got my pumpkins. I could end this now, but I think y'all want to see me actually coat it in wax and put it up and do all the extra stuff too. So we'll go through and do that. And I get stopped at the counter because the guy in front of me has a vacuum cleaner in my bag. All right. Items acquired. Now I've got to go to Kroger and get my groceries for dinner. Making gumbo tonight. I don't know if I'm actually going to eat it tonight, but I've still got some like pasta sauce and stuff, but I'm cooking it tonight so that I don't have to do anything when I get home tomorrow. Because Monday nights are crazy in my world. I have to drive an hour to go sing for 3 hours, so I don't have a whole lot of time at home. It's like they just opened up a new smoke shop over there. Not that that really interests me, but it's interesting. And they replaced our old Office Max with a Ross Dress for Less. It's a real shame because that Office Max is where I got all of my school supply stuff from. All right, y'all going back up on the dash. And we're going to head over to Kroger. What is happening here? I can't see worth a shit. Okay. Car on. Off we go. Am I supposed to be able to see something? My face, I guess. Matt, it says unstable internet connection on your thing on my end. I don't know if anybody else can see that. That's what it says on your thing. Need my Coca-Cola. Sweet caffeine. This is about the only way I consume caffeine. I'm not really a coffee drinker, as I've told the male. I enjoy the flavor, but too much caffeine makes me tired and jittery, which is never a fun combination. So I only drink coffee when I wake up later in the day, so something like had like brunch or something when somebody's in town. Okay, tell me not to look at the chat while I'm driving. Okay, I about a 3 or 4 minute drive over to Kroger. Everything's kind of on this side of town, which is nice. Vicksburg's kind of a smaller city, and even for Mississippi, and there's a lot of people, and it's pretty spread out, but it's not anything crazy. I guess I can check the chat now that I'm at a stoplight. I don't see this going that way anytime soon. Couldn't see anything when this one went. There's a chat. Yeah, there is. There's definitely a chat. That's the thing that was incorporated to the voice chat a while ago, and I don't know. We tend to use it anytime we're in voice chat. It's convenient for sure to keep it all in one spot. I really don't know how streamers do this shit for hours. I'm doing okay sitting here talking by myself for now, but it's a lot. I imagine it'd be a lot if you did this as your regular job. You're really used to hearing your own voice, which I'm not. I don't want to be. All right, I got about another minute and a half or so until I get over to Kroger, get my andouille sausage and rice and I don't know, vegetables and stuff. I think I got some shitty ass bakery bread too. Oh, somebody's at the car wash that's got one of those just married things on the back of their windshield. Hopefully they're not there to wash it off because the marriage didn't work out. I'm going to assume it's just because they like to keep a clean car. Who knows? Certainly not me. Don't plan on finding out either. So I'm just supposed to keep talking about random shit until I get to my destination, I guess. It just opened over to my right. I know y'all can't see any of this, but it's a restaurant called Superior Crab where they do crab boils and stuff. And I went there one time, and it's pretty good, but it's expensive, and I can't help but not like it because it replaced a Mexican restaurant that was really nice. Really like that restaurant. All right, I'm at my final stoplight before I go to I'm at my final stoplight before we get to Kroger. So I'm just about to turn into the parking lot now. Yeah, I do imagine it's easier to or harder to keep talking when you're playing a game or whatever. But we've done other. Most of y'all, some of y'all weren't around then, but BC used to do the Bruise Lab stuff on Saturdays where he would stream on Twitch, and he managed to do a pretty good job of keeping talking the whole time too. I imagine it'll be easier here in a minute too when I have my hands moving trying to deal with the hot wax and knives and shit. But we're just I'm just gonna keep on going until I can't anymore. And like I said, anybody's willing to step in and have a conversation with me too. It doesn't have to just be me talking to the camera. That's kind of the only advantage of doing it this way versus actual like live stream. But I have arrived. I have to go park in the parking spot, only for them to tell me that I need to pull up to the damn door, because they do that just about every time. Parked right next to the Chevy Cruze. I don't think I've ever seen a Chevy Cruze before. Reminds me a lot of the body style of my old Ford Focus. All right. Time to check in on the Kroger app, my groceries. I imagine the video just went dark as soon as I scrolled to another app, but there isn't a whole lot I can do about that. I've got to go ahead and check in. So, which the little thing's not popping up. So I have to go to my email. I'm here. I am in spot 2. All right. Now I just got to sit here and wait on the Kroger order. Oh, that's no good. Where is Discord? All right. So I'm just kind of chilling here until they get my order done. It's I don't know, kind of chill. And the other thing was, I don't know how they're gonna arrange all these groceries with me having the tuba still in the back of the car. So that'll be fun for them. I probably need to take it out before I go to work tomorrow. I see Flails now. It said something. Be back after my own shopping trip. My tuba. I played a gig yesterday at a wedding, and I do most of my gigs now are playing like New Orleans style brass band stuff. So the band that I play with, we have a repertoire of like 5 different songs, and we just go and play those 5 songs on repeat over and over again. So I get paid $80 to show up and play the same 4 or 5 songs. But yesterday was the quickest one I've done. We played our 2 songs and then we left. So I made $80 for about 20 minutes of work. Yeah, I don't really have to worry about theft a lot. Oh, my guy's here. Hey, yeah, I'm all right. How about you? Let's put it all in the trunk. No, I'm good. You say 280. All right, thank you. Yeah, I don't really have issues with people like breaking in or something. You can just set it wherever it'll fit. Yeah, it's pretty chill around here, and I live in a pretty nice neighborhood too. So, and on top of that, as much as it would suck to get that stolen, it's actually not mine. It's owned by a man. What? All right, you too, man. All right, so my groceries are picked up. I'm heading back to the house. Shouldn't take more than about 4 or 5 minutes. And then get everything unloaded and start messing around with this pumpkin. I think this brew is going to be terrible. Like, I cannot imagine this turning out good. I would be shocked. Especially because it's relying on wild yeast and it's fermented inside the pumpkin. I don't think it's going to be good. But if it is, maybe I'll convince BC to try wax coating a whole watermelon. See how that turns out. So I know everybody that's tried to do watermelon either turned out like shit. So stuck at a stoplight. Pumpkin time. Yeah, so pumpkin is about 92% water. So I'm actually going to do the calculation, a rough calculation, when I after I'm done with it, or sometime in the middle once I get home. But I don't think the amount of liquid is really the issue. It's that you're adding so much sugar to it, like you want it filled up to the absolute top. I'm following this TikTok video exactly. You know, minus they're using like a clear wax, and I'm using this bottle wax because it's what I had. But I just think the amount of sugar you're adding, it doesn't matter how much liquid comes out of the pumpkin, it's never gonna it's never gonna be enough to make up for the amount of sugar that's in there. But I could be wrong. We'll find out. I'm gonna do the approximation or whatever, and it'll be what it is. And worst comes to worst, I just wasted like $10 on a stupid idea. And it is what it is. It was fun to get out of the house, and I was never going to use that bottle wax anyway. But I imagine this thing's going to look gross because it's, like I said, it's mixed purple and green wax. It's like all sparkly and stuff. And it's going to look disgusting. And I'm going to try a few things that she didn't do in the video. Like when she melted the wax, she dunked the whole thing in the wax. And instead of dunking it, I'm probably going to put it in a bowl and pour the wax over, just because I don't think my crock pot is big enough to dunk the whole thing in the wax. And I've got another crock pot that is big enough, but I don't want to put wax in that one. I'm using my my crock pot that I can't do stuff in for this. I don't want to waste good stuff in case I can't get the wax. So I am going to scoop out the insides of the pumpkin. Just the seeds and whatever can come out with my hand. I'm not going to do any more than that. I'm not going to scrape it or anything. Yeah, like I said, I'm following the video exactly, and I don't think they're in here right now, but I can find the video and post it here in just a minute so you can see what I'm talking about. But it's dumb. It's a bad idea, and I'm doing it because pumpkins are cheap, and there's no reason not to. But I don't expect it to turn out. All right, I'm at my last little stoplight before I get to the house. I mean, if it does turn out good, it's a cheap brew. I mean, it was the cost of the pumpkin was like $3, and the sugar is dirt cheap. So if it turns out, I don't know, maybe go buy one when pumpkins go on sale. I mean, obviously, this person's done it before a few times. In the video that we watched that Troy pulled up, this was her second year doing it, and she tried it with regular sugar, brown sugar, maple syrup, and honey. Oh, phone fell. Yeah, and I don't really want to try it with honey because that's a lot of honey for that's a lot of honey. But I will do some quick math to figure out how much honey I would have taken just for fun. I'm going to figure out the internal volume approximately. I'm just going to use like a sphere, volume of a sphere or whatever, but I'm going to figure out the internal volume of of this little bitty pumpkin. And I mean, this thing probably doesn't weigh more than a pound and a half. But just gonna have to see. I'm almost to the house, so I just gotta put the groceries up and I can go ahead and mess with this pumpkin. Who is that? Is that Paul Joke? Sure is. Recognize that upside down Discord logo anywhere.
Yeah, it's still flipped. It hasn't gone back yet.
Well, I'm just about at my house. I had some groceries to put up, and then I'm going to do some dumb things to a little bitty pumpkin that I just went and bought. We're scoop out the middle of it, fill it with sugar, coat it in wax, and then tie it up and throw it in a bucket. Let it ferment on its own.
Adding any intentional yeast or just letting it go with whatever happens to be there?
I am following a TikTok video, my man, and they did not add any yeast, so I'm not either. I'm convinced this thing's gonna blow up, so I'm gonna put it in a bucket and put it in my spare bedroom in case it does. But I have arrived at the house.
So, do you have a GoPro and a waterproof container you can put inside the bucket on time lapse?
I sure wish I did. That'd be fantastic. Not that said, I really did not want to video any of this or do any of this. I wanted to just buy the pumpkin, try it, and then post about it later. But the guys wanted me to do a little more, so that's what we're gonna do. Got. I wonder. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to close the back of the car with all this stuff in my hand. Oh boy. Just barely got it. All right, I know y'all looking at the sky, but what did I just drop? I'll have to come back for it. Hopefully my dogs don't try and get out while I'm trying to get in. Oh, it's the dogs outside.
That's good.
That's good. All right. Gotta make a trip out to the thing I dropped. And then we'll get this mess going.
All
the wax is melted. All right. And it looks like they packed my stuff pretty well too. Like all the fridge stuff was in one bathtub. I can just throw it in and worry about the rest of the stuff later. Okay.
Cold stuff is in the fridge. Time to mess
around with this pumpkin.
Stream still
going on my computer. Okay. So here's the deal. I've got my very disgusting looking wax. I've got a cutting board, a knife, some string, scale, and a big old bucket. So let's grab the pumpkin and get going then. I think the first thing I want to do is weigh the pumpkin on its own. So let's see. And I'll be going with US measurements for all of this because my calculator is best at US measurements. So let's see. Switch over to ounces and pounds. And the weight without taking anything out is 2.558 pounds. So I wonder how much of that we're going to lose by cutting it open. So I'm just going to straight up go ahead and cut it. No, that's not what I need to do. The video was very specific, and I may have already messed up. It's apparently really hard to wax the pumpkin after you've already cut it open and done all the stuff. So you're supposed to wax it first and then re-wax the top of it. I'm going to take this little sticker off and turn it upside down in this bowl. I don't know how well y'all can see. And I'm just going to dump wax all over this damn thing. I'm going to try and get the whole thing covered. Take a look at this. So it went from, purple, or it went from a regular pumpkin to looking like purple and orange, or purple and green and stuff. So I'm going to flip over my view so you aren't seeing my floor, and I'm going to walk over and get a pair of tongs because I think trying to pick this up with my bare hands is probably a bad idea. And I'm going to use these pink silicone tongs because they're on their last leg anyway. And flip it over, which is not easy at all. Oh boy. Okay. Now I'm going to add some more wax. This is so freaking stupid. Oh my god. And I normally use this bowl that's turned upside down to steam bread in my oven. I may have to retire it after this. We'll just have to see. I need to save a little wax for here in a minute. But I think that's pretty well covered. I think I just need to leave it to dry for a little bit. Look at that bubble. See that? That's crazy. I think, this spot. Running low on this wax, but I do have some more, just a little bit more. So if I run out, I can heat that up too. And there's some left down in the bottom too. But I think I've mostly covered it, and I don't think it'll take too terribly long for it to dry. There's a lot of surface area there. Doesn't that just look fantastic though? So the plan is, once this dries, I'm going to cut the pumpkin open, scoop out the insides, fill it with sugar, and then I'm going to put the cap back on. I'm going to coat it, or I'm going to tie it up with string, and I'm going to put some more wax over to seal the hole. So we're just about. It won't take very long once we get started, but I'm actually going to switch over to my computer for just a minute so I can sit down while this cools. So I have to be quiet for just a second because any noise I make in here, or I'm going to go on mute. All right. You should be able to see me now. And I'm actually hearing myself on the other account through my headphones. Okay. So I'm going to actually mute on here, so I'm not hearing everything. And I'm going to go and calculate it like I'm going to go ahead and do some fun stuff, some calculator stuff. So, I messed up the view. Let me fix that. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay. I should be sharing right now. And it'll take just a minute to load, and I'm going to wait on that. Okay, so I'm going to go and show you how this is going to work. I'm going to get it set up in MeadTools. And I don't think the number that I just got, that 2.5 pounds or whatever, is going to work, because that's the total weight without all of the losses and stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and put that in since we're waiting on the pumpkin to dry. And then here in just a second, I will go back and do it with the correct weights and stuff. I really hope that the audio has been recording this whole time, because there's a slim but not none chance that it hasn't been. So my internet's loading really slow because I'm trying to do all these things at once, but hopefully it'll catch up in just a second. Let's see what my audio output is set to. Oh, it's set to USB. So it should have been working this whole time. The only reason I'm not hearing my voice now out of the speakers is because I'm, I don't know what's going on there. Because I'm the one talking. And I sure hope that records. I don't know what I'm going to do if it doesn't. Oh, now I'm having trouble with MeadTools loading. That's unfortunate. Give it a second try. I think I already put pumpkin in here. Because it's not in the original copy, but I think I put it in my copy when I decided I was going to do this. But we'll see. I don't know. It'd be nice if it'll actually load. I'm asking a lot for this old MacBook though, because it's streaming and recording and casting the tab and all that. That's a lot. And I'm also, on the Wi-Fi on my phone too, so. But I have pretty fast Wi-Fi, it should work. I see you had a couple people come back in. That's nice. I coated the pumpkin in wax already. So I'm just kind of waiting for that first layer to dry and cool down a little bit so that I'm not hurting myself when I'm trying to cut it open. Okay. Let's get rid of all of this. And let's see if I still have pumpkin in here.
Again, it's taking forever to load. And the fan in my computer's going crazy. Oh my god. Yep, it's just taking forever. So I'm gonna stop sharing and I'm gonna go check on the pumpkin. So how come the share didn't stop? Stop streaming. Okay. So camera off. Mute. Okay.
Now I'm back on the phone. And it does look pretty dry. And it's not super hot to the touch. So I'm going to go ahead and try to remove it. But that's going to be a challenge. So I'm going to stop because I need 2 hands. Oh, there it goes. Okay. This is going to need some touching up on the wax here in a minute. Oh my god, this is awful. This may be the worst thing I've ever done. I do not like this. Okay, so it's missing a spot there. So I'm going to need to fix that here in a minute. But otherwise, it's completely covered in wax. And again, the lady said to cover it in wax first before you cut it open and then to recover it. So I put some of the pieces back in here to hopefully melt so that I have enough without having to reheat the rest of the stuff that I have. God, this is so stupid. Okay. The pumpkin was 2.5 pounds. Oh, and you know what? Whatever weights I do here in a minute are going to be wildly inaccurate if I just measure the pumpkin. So I'm going to have to measure what I take out in the guts because I don't know how much the wax I added weighs. All right. So hopefully don't cut myself. Try and open a pumpkin covered in wax. This is a terrible idea. And that's a wonderful smell, wax mixed with pumpkin. Okay. Haven't cut myself thus far. About 3/4 of the way through. Okay. Removed. And I'm going to go get another bowl to measure this pumpkin flesh. Okay. Got my new bowl. Got my scale on. Breaking out all that flesh and seeds that's loose. This is disgusting. Oh my god, I hate this. Oh, Lord. Someone want to remind me why the hell I'm doing this? 0.1 pounds so far. Seeds going everywhere. I should save the seeds and roast them and turn them into like bread or something. It's actually a good idea. Actually get something tasty out of this abomination. Golly. Okay. I'm going to get a spoon. I don't know if this is better, like actually physically working better, or if it's just less disgusting. I think it's just less disgusting. I don't think it's working any better. In fact, I think it's working a little worse. I wonder too how much of a gradient there is in the liquid content of the pumpkin. Like, because the stuff I'm removing obviously feels a lot wetter than the flesh itself. But, you know, all this is just going to be an estimate anyway. Okay. So, I think I've got like 2-3 more seats. Okay. Cleared out. The seeds and pulp are at 0.37 pounds, 0.38 pounds. So I'll remember that, 0.38 pounds. I'm going to fill this bitch with sugar. But I'm going to wash my hands first, because that's gross. So why isn't I doing this and not Troy? That's another question I don't think we've answered yet. But I wonder how much sugar this thing's going to actually take. My guess is probably 1.5 pounds. All right. It's at one, I was pretty close. It's at 1.4 pounds. And I don't think I could fit more in there if I tried, but that's how the video suggested it. So I'm going to put the top back on. Gotta find the way it was. I'm probably going to have to press it down too, because I actually overfilled a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to dump just a tiny bit out. It said you wanted it pre-packed in there. I don't know why I think this person's an authority on this stupid bullshit, but whatever. Okay, so I dumped a little bit out, just enough to where the top will fit back on. So I got the top back on, and now the next step is to tie it up. So I don't really know how to do this, because nobody teaches you how to put your twine a fucking pumpkin. So I'm just gonna sort of. I actually have no idea. Okay, I've got one time. I'll wrap that around there and then make a loop, I think, probably. Okay. And then one more time and make sure that it's actually tied into a knot. That's pretty tight. And I'll just do a couple more. But I'll actually leave it connected. No, that's not going to work. I don't know how to tie like that. Okay. I'm going to cut it off. Okay, cut it off. Tie another one. So again, who the hell knows how you're actually supposed to tie a pumpkin? And I'm not great with butcher's twine either. Okay. I don't know how much of this y'all can even see.
Makes this easier on yourself. I think you made an X in the stem to like hold the twine.
That's fantastic. I'm sure that would have worked great, but I'm not doing that now that I've already got 4 of them on there. It's all bullshit anyway. But yeah, I think you're right. I do remember that.
We're just happy you didn't lose any fingers while you were cutting the top off.
Well, it's not too late yet. I'm still messing with the knife. My hands are all sticky and shit now. This is vile. Troy, I think your job is safe, man.
I'll be sure to try once there.
What? Okay. I think this shit's secure enough. We're gonna coat it in wax again anyway, so what the hell's the point? Okay. Wax round 2. I need to go back in and find that spot that I missed earlier too. It's gonna be hard without touching hot wax though. No, it's right there. Yeah, it's just right there on the bottom. I'm just. Yeah, I suppose the whole dipping thing probably actually like works better. But as you can see, this crock pot is not big enough, and this was like the smallest pumpkin I can find. So look at that. Yeah, covered a little bit more. And yeah. So I'm gonna let that dry a little bit more and make sure I don't need to put more on there. I'm gonna go actually like really wash my hands now.
I feel gross.
And then I'm gonna go and try and see if I can do some math on this shit. So
All right, back on the computer. Let's see if I can get this shit working now. But while I'm waiting, why don't I actually look at the chat? Do you skip out the insides? Okay. I would think not be how to go to the hospital tutorial. Glad my digits made it through there. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm probably going to save the seeds and roast them. I think it'd go good in like a seed nut bread or something. It's actually a surprisingly big amount of seeds compared to actual pulp. Yeah, thank y'all for saving that 0.38 pounds. What are we even teaching kids nowadays? I'm here for a Larry Rants. Oh, that's happens more often than not, unfortunately. Meat Tools is being a jerk right now, so I'm gonna try and refresh it again and see what happens. But I think this 2-account setup has worked pretty well, though. It allows me to swap back and forth pretty easy. Because I don't know if y'all know this, but if you log into just voice chat on another device, it automatically logs you out on the first device. So my pumpkin was 2.5 pounds. I think it was 2.558. And then it was 0.38 pounds of stuff. And then 1.4 pounds of sugar. All right, I got Meat Tools working. Let's see if casting it breaks everything. All right, here we go. Let's scroll down and see if I remembered to keep pumpkin in here. Oh, come on, you were working a second ago. All right, I did not remember to keep pumpkin in here, so let me go and look up some information on pumpkins. USDA food data pumpkin. Pumpkin raw. That's probably a unsafe search term right there. That's why when I put this up online on YouTube, I have to check not for kids. That and the fact that it's about making alcohol, so there's that too. This is taking quite a while. Page unresponsive. I wonder how many seconds behind y'all's stuff is from mine. I didn't even show the page unresponsive on the stream. It looks pretty close to real time. All right, here we go. 91% sugar, no, water, and 2.76 grams sugar. Okay. I don't think I want pumpkin to be a permanent thing in here, so I'm just going to do custom ingredients. Pumpkin. 91.6. Oh, no, that's the sugar content. What was it, 2.76? Who just joined us? Hey, Jake. 91.6. Let me check and make sure that's right. 91.6, 2.76. Okay, and now if I scroll all the way down to the bottom, it should have pumpkin in there. Yep, there we go. Okay. So I had 2.558 minus 0.038. No, 0.38. That is 2.178 pounds. And I added 1.4 pounds of table sugar. And nothing else. So say my total volume is 0.97. Oh my God. That is completely unexpected. Oh, there's still water in here. That's more like it. Okay. 1.167. So, we'll see how it goes. Let's say it ends at 10:50. That's still 16%. It's gonna end at like 1.1. I didn't even put any yeast in there. Jesus Christ, this isn't gonna work. There's no way in hell this works. Yeah, it's probably gonna end at like 1.1. I'll be lucky if it even gets there. I'm gonna go check in on the pumpkin one more time, and then I'm probably gonna throw it in the bucket, and then we'll be done with this because I need a snack. And I got stuff to do this evening, so I'm gonna go and check in on the pumpkin one more time. Let me end this. Oh, on the wrong screen. Stop streaming. I probably will post this tonight, though, because like I said, I'm not going to do any editing on this. All right. Let's see how this pumpkin's going. Flip this around. It's pretty much dry. It looks like absolute shit. And it's probably going to blow up. There's still a little bald spot right there, so I'm going to turn it this way. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I fill all of that in. And I'm just going to give that a few minutes like that. And then I'm chunking it in this bucket. And then it's going in my guest bedroom. And I'll check back in like a week. I'm not even going to mess with it before then. And hopefully it doesn't explode. This is so stupid. Yeah. Okay. That's it, y'all. I'm done. I am going to take a picture of this thing before I put it in the bucket to do for the thumbnail. And then that's it. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me while I went and did this absolutely maniacal, stupid thing. But that's it. Peace out.